And if we were like, hey, Smart
My shirt
Avengers,
is
now
my
without a
shirt is
tat,
inappropriate. It has tits on it.
what's
That's fine.
well, just
I'll keep it.
You can't see the
I'll
tits.
lower it
yeah.
down.
All right.
I just want to make sure that we're not being inappropriate. I don't want us to get flogged for a flag for adult content.
Well, that's why John's this video camera off.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Josh's breasts are out always.
Doesn't wear a bra.
No.
absolutely.
Mm-mm. It was the
What was
time.
that slapping noise?
That wasn't me.
I heard a slapping noise suddenly.
It might have been me opening a can.
Okay. We're just talking about John having his breast out and then there was a slap. I was like, did John just slap his tit for emphasis?
Yeah, because the people need to know.
People need to know.
Yeah. They can't see it, but they can hear it. They can still interact with it.
They can certainly hear it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Smart Avengers. My name is Corey, and with me is Dylan and John. How's it going, guys?
Hello.
No, that can't be the intro.
I don't know. We usually Dylan's usually our little clown that we have in the intro who says the silly inappropriate thing.
Yeah, it's nice to be on the other side once, isn't it?
True.
Yeah,
Dusty's here.
I don't think John likes it.
No.
it's fine.
But anybody, welcome to the Smart Avengers. My name is Corey. And as I said before, with me is Dylan and John. Guys, how's it going?
Good.
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 Glad to hear. Glad to hear. So today, we've had a lot of episodes that have kind of like run together in one way or another. We've had the tournament, we've had the Kang two-parter, and I kind of think it'd be cool if we went a little back to basics to a degree. And by that, I mean, I have prepared a PowerPoint presentation.
Excellent.
So a couple of months ago, we did a deep dive into the world of Aquaman villains. We started with his more well-known villains, and then I kind of led you through some of his famous but lesser-known villains, and then I kind of incapped it with, here's some fucking weirdos. Usually they were only in like an issue or two, but they were just so weird that you just had to mention it. Like Wacky Man, who was a clown who had robot animals that he had, and he dressed like Aquaman except with a W for a belt. And then there was the woman, her name I believe was Carla, and she had flaming hair, but she was also underwater. So she had to wear an oxygen mask so that she could be underwater, but her hair was still on fire somehow.
Yeah, like none of that seems like a good idea, does it?
No. And then there was the
No.
scavenger that seemed like a good idea on paper until the 90s, where they reimagined him to be a pedophile who got his powers from like an eel god or something. So that was weird.
Listen, if you're gonna make somebody clearly an evil person, make them a pedo.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. We had to drive by Dusty just then. AKA he was going to start climbing on things, and we don't want that. So,
Cam.
Cat Cam. Hold on, he might actually do it here.
We gonna get it?
There
There it is. There it
Cat
is.
Cam. There it is.
Oh, brilliant.
The money shot.
They gotta get the people in.
There it is. They're going to want to see that ringed tail.
Would it make sense if that was the thumbnail?
Just a close-up of a ringtail.
Yeah, and us kind of like peeking around
Under it.
you know?
Maybe.
Nothing to do with what the show's about.
Or maybe one of these great characters that we're going to discover today will inspire a thumbnail of its own with its own weird eccentricities. Because we're going to take a look at another DC Comics superheroes rogue gallery. We're going to go with Wonder Woman. So, right off the top of your head, what do you know about Wonder Woman villains?
I would say pretty much zero. I
mean,
couldn't name. I don't think I could name a single one.
I've read quite a few Wonder Woman comics, like pretty much from the start of the new 52 up until about maybe 4 years ago. So I've read a lot of Wonder Woman comics, but I don't really think I absorbed them very much. So I can't really remember many villains outside of like the obvious ones, like is it Cheetah?
Yes.
And then I want to say Cersei.
That's another one of them.
Oh,
Don't spoil it. We'll get into them.
Okay, yeah.
Because again, I'm gonna hit you with the major ones, and I'm gonna give you some kind of minor ones, and then I'm gonna get you some weirdos that only showed up a time or two and were largely forgettable, if not for how weird they were. Because DC Comics in the Golden Age and Silver Age were really fucking strange.
I have a question.
Yes.
How many of them are pedophiles?
Well, here's the thing about Wonder Woman. The Greek
Oh,
gods are part of her canon, and the Greek
uh,
gods are perverts in their own weird ways. So maybe,
right. Well, I think
maybe.
there's a line between pervert and flat-out pedo, but I suspect that I wouldn't want to spoil anything. I think we'll naturally come across whoever we get to, you know?
Yes.
Maybe we have to guess which one of them is the pedophile.
You're going to come away with some opinions on at least one of them for sure in regards to that. I can guarantee it. So,
Okay.
that being said, we're going to head over into my special Wonder Woman PowerPoint presentation that I made the other day. I totally didn't just use the same background I used for the Aquaman villains. What are you talking about?
Different.
Absolutely different. So, again, I have a friend who has been around me for years and years and years and years, and they know I read comics, and they've seen superhero movies and stuff with me. And when I told them this was the topic, their response was, I actually don't think I can name a Wonder Woman villain. And that's kind of a thing because most people, at least in their, experience, they associate Wonder Woman with like fighting alongside Superman and Batman and whoever the fuck they're fighting. They don't think about she has her own villains and her own problems to deal with. So, that being said, let's get started with the obvious, the big one, Ares. Ares
Hmm.
first debuted in Wonder Woman #1 in July of 1942. He is the Greek god of war and is considered Wonder Woman's half brother. He's immortal, he's invulnerable, he can shapeshift, teleport. He's got god powers that include apparently getting stronger and faster by absorbing violent energies. And for fun, I decided to put that he was voiced by Dylan, your favorite Dr. Octopus, Alfred Molina, in an animated Wonder Woman movie, and played by David Thewlis in the 2017 Wonder Woman movie. But Ares is kind of considered her big bad. John, you read the New 52, where he had a very different look, where he was bald with a big long beard. That, from what I understand, was the artist making fun of the writer Brian Azzarello by drawing Ares to look like him. So,
Nice.
like I said, there are a couple more Greek gods on here and Greek characters. Wonder Woman is very much fed off of Greek mythology, but I didn't want to fill up the whole presentation with listing every single god she's had a problem with because there are numerous ones.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to make sure I at least captured Ares. Um,
Mhm.
like I said, this is her. This is her Lex Luthor. This is her Joker. This is her big bad, in my opinion. There are other Wonder Woman villains that are female that a lot of people want to pair her with because, the idea that she's a female hero and should have a top female villain. I get it, but I mean, Ares is the embodiment of war. He's the exact opposite of Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is all about peace and love and everyone living together. And Ares is the god of bloodshed. He's not the god of war and strategy. That's Athena. God of Ares is the god of violence and blood. So
Okay.
he's her exact contrast. So they have fought each other in every continuity in DC Comics, pre-crisis, post-crisis, New 52, and Rebirth. He's been there constantly the whole time.
Has Wonder Woman ever ripped Ares in half?
I don't know if she's ripped him in half. I know he has died in her continuity, but of course he came back. I do wonder though. I think he is stronger than the Marvel Comics Ares, though.
That doesn't surprise me. The Marvel Ares isn't
He's kind of a
that
jobber.
impressive, really. Yeah.
All right, so we'll move forward. This is her next most iconic villain. This is the Cheetah. So
Okay.
Cheetah originally debuted in Wonder Woman #6, which is in September of 1943. However, there have been 5 versions of the Cheetah. The two most famous ones are the first one, Priscilla Rich, and the third one, Barbara Minerva. So Priscilla Rich was a debutante who basically had a cheetah costume that gave her like sharp claws, and she was like an acrobat already. And when they went into, I believe it was pre-post crisis when they switched to Minerva, she was a anthropologist that tried to perform a ritual but failed because she wasn't a virgin and she was cursed to have her body trapped inside of this lycanthrope cheetah form where she's like bloodthirsty and stuff. So she actually has powers. So she has, superhuman abilities, sharp claws, and in the past has had the ability to transform other people into cheetah people by biting them. And she was played by Kristen Wiig in the Wonder Woman 1984 movie, which I did not see, but I didn't hear great things about.
No, you didn't miss much.
I gathered that.
Why did they think it was good for them to make 5 different versions of this character?
Well,
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Whenever they have come about with doing like the relaunches and creating new continuities, they have this kind of like play with the formula a little bit. Like, what can we do to make the character different? Because this is an all new, all different, continuity that we're in. So, like, the first cheetah was Priscilla Rich. The second cheetah was like her niece that found the costume and did the same thing, basically. The third cheetah was Barbara Minerva. The fourth cheetah was a dude who Barbara Minerva killed and then took the powers back from. And then the fifth version is considered the New 52 version of the character that has kind of been merged in with the Barbara Minerva and Rebirth continuity.
See.
But yeah, ultimately people believe this is Wonder Woman's top female villain. In other media, like video games and stuff, like the Justice League Task Force Sega Genesis fighting game, in the Injustice Gods Among Us video game, she has been the one of the Wonder Woman villains that got brought into the game as well. Ares also did as well.
Okay.
So yeah, that would be, I would say, her second top villain of all time.
Okay.
And this is where it's going to start to get a little weird.
Good.
So here's Dr. Psycho.
Okay.
Dr. Psycho is, I would say, her third most famous villain. He first debuted in Wonder Woman number 5 in July of 1943. He is a powerful psychic who can shape dreams, cast illusions, and hypnotize people. He is a little person. And he was created by William Marston, who created Wonder Woman, to represent the fragile male ego and masculinity. Basically, he represents the immature, the emotionally immature man who's not grown up. And there have been a lot of Dr. Psycho storylines that involve sort of like him being like a representative of like men's rights and stuff, and like appealing to the worst sides of masculinity to have people rise up against Wonder Woman.
So he's basically Andrew Tate then.
Yes. He is Andrew Tate with shaggy hair.
And
I don't think Andrew Tate can grow
small.
hair.
He doesn't have a chin either, but
Yeah, this guy's got way more for going for him than Andrew Tate does.
yeah.
Absolutely. He was also voiced by Tony Hale in the Harley Quinn animated series.
Also, this guy's a doctor?
Yes, he is a psychiatrist. Part of his fall from grace is he is a psychiatrist who became obsessed with the idea of the power of the mind, and he was ridiculed by his peers. So his name, I believe, is Edgar Sisco, but his friend, his people called him Dr. Psycho.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Imagine you went to a psychiatrist and their surname is Psycho. You'd be like, I don't know, but that... It's like going to a surgeon whose surname is Bada being a surgeon. You're like,
Yeah.
I don't want Dr. Bada being a surgeon to be my surgeon.
Yeah, so
I
Dr.
couldn't think of a snappier way to say that.
Yeah, no worries. Just so you know, whenever I said like, oh, guess which one's the pedophile? Dr. Psycho might be. I don't know. Just gives me the vibe.
We're 3 in.
3 in.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
What do you say might be? Is that just because you look at him?
I mean,
yeah,
just look at the state of him.
Yeah.
This was the best picture I could find of him as well. Every other like picture I found of him, he was like frothing at the mouth or had giant bulging eyes. And I'm like,
well,
listen.
I was gonna say, what's the worst photo you could have find of him? You know?
So if like Ares and the Cheetah, basically they're fighters, they can kind of, I guess, go toe to toe with Wonder Woman. I'm guessing Dr. Psycho isn't really anywhere near a physical match for her.
No, No, Dr. Psycho strikes up alliances with other villains, either by appealing to their own needs or by manipulating them. He also, because of his abilities, can raise mobs and basically send an army of people after Wonder Woman. And has had the ability to kind of fuck with her head as well, just using his own psychic abilities.
So he's not good at fighting.
No, he's not good at fighting. He is sort of
So
in that he's in that Cassandra Nova school.
He is just like Andrew Tate.
All right, so yeah, that would be number 3. Now, here's the thing that you may have noticed. Her top 3 villains all debuted in the single digits of her original run in the 1940s.
Mm-hmm.
So that is like a sign of like kind of weird staying power in William Marston's character creation. Like, that's the thing I took away when I was doing this. Like, a lot of these characters that he created and brought in, they're the ones that lasted. So, and props to him for that. I mean, the man was a pervert, but props to him. So, moving on. Our next one on the list. Giganta. Giganta first debuted in Wonder Woman number 9, which is June of 1944. So this is where I start really laying into how in every time they reset the continuity, they kind of mess with the characters a tiny bit. So as you can see, Giganta is a giant woman. Mm-hmm. However, that was not originally the case. Her Golden Age origin is that she was a gorilla who evolved into a beautiful redhead woman that had superhuman strength, but she didn't have that ability to grow large.
Why?
I don't know.
Why was she a gorilla?
If I had to guess, this was going to be William Marston's like exploration of the id and the idea of like raw animal turning into like this kind of a sexy woman and like commenting on like the untested libido. Like I said, the man's a pervert. Like a lot of Wonder Woman's like backstory is about like she lives on an island full of beautiful Amazonian women that routinely tie each other up for fun. He was in a polyamorous marriage and routinely practiced bondage. That's big aspects of it. And when Grant Morrison did their Earth 1 graphic novel, where basically it was like they got free reign of Wonder Woman, what do you want to do with it? Grant really leaned into the bondage aspect of Wonder Woman from William Marston.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, this is like Wonder Woman's origins and sex are always really odd and sometimes will make people uncomfortable. So, her Golden Age origin, she was a gorilla that turned into a beautiful redheaded woman. Post-crisis, she was a scientist who had a failing body, so she transferred her brain into the body of a circus strong woman named Olga after it had briefly been placed in the body of a gorilla named Giganta. Also, Olga had the ability to grow big. I don't know why.
Okay.
So she was a doctor, and she's like, I'm going to put my brain in a gorilla named Giganta. And then when that wasn't working out, she's like, I'm going to put my brain out of the gorilla into the circus strong woman body. But I really grew to like the name Giganta, so I'm just going to keep that.
Right. All of this makes sense so far.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go. Also, Olga can get big. So
right.
Also, and when they relaunched to the New 52, Giganta got her size-changing powers due to a side effect attempting to cure herself of a disease.
Was the disease being a gorilla?
It seems to, oddly enough, it's the only one of her origins that doesn't involve a gorilla.
Interesting.
But she grew to prominence in the 1970s when she was a big part of the Super Friends cartoon. So her current origin seems to have stuck with the New 52 version. We're not switching bodies with gorillas and strong women in the current Giganta continuity.
You know, people just don't switch their bodies with gorillas enough anymore. You just don't see it in comics.
We're not as obsessed with gorillas in the jungle as we used to be, is
People
what I've
used
also
to be
learned.
really obsessed with gorillas in comics. What's that? You don't see them anymore.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah.
I have a quick question about Giganta.
By all means.
How tall does she actually grow?
I mean, I think we're looking at her full height right now, where she's like the size of like a Godzilla. Like she's like kaiju sized when she can grow as tall. So she's like routinely she can be taller than Giant Man if we're gonna look at a Marvel comparison, because Giant Man normally doesn't go that big.
How tall are those guys behind her then in that picture?
I believe
Yeah.
they're supposed to be the same size as her. It's just perspective.
That's some bad perspective.
So let's move on to Dr. Poison.
Jesus Christ.
Dr. Poison first debuted in Sensation Comics #2, February 1942.
I don't have to look at it.
Dr. Poison is an expert chemist who specialized in poison and chemical warfare and was also a sadist. In her original origin, she was a Japanese princess who disguised her gender with bulky clothing in order to practice her sadism by poisoning people. In her post-crisis origin, she was the granddaughter of the original who had died because of taking her own poisons. And in the New 52, she was a white woman who had Russian super scientist parents who died during the Cold War. And then, of course, in Rebirth, we changed it a fourth time, where now she's just a colonel in the Japanese military. She was also portrayed by Elena Anya in the 2017 Wonder Woman movie. Again,
I'm not looking at it.
so far, all 5 of these characters that
doctors.
debuted in the early 1940s.
I feel like they're all doctors.
We've got, what, 2 doctors? 2 out of 5?
The last one was like a scientist. So that's
Yeah,
kind of
I
a
would
doctor.
say I would give, depending on what continuity you're looking at with Giganta. Yeah, we're looking at, because she's either a scientist or she's a gorilla. So I mean, that's 3 out of 5.
Those are the two.
Why can't she be both?
If she lived in
She
Gorilla
was.
City, she could be. Well, she was for
Yeah.
a brief period of time because she was a scientist brain in a gorilla body.
Correct.
And Barbara Minerva was an anthropologist as well, so that's a kind of science.
Kind of
so-
doctor. Yeah.
Ares is just a god.
But he probably was smart enough to become a doctor.
He could have
Just
been.
chose not to.
If doctors
Yes.
were like a thing in the Greek god pantheon.
I reckon he could have been a doctor. So I'm like, I give him half a point.
Give him half.
So I'd say 4.5 of these 5 people have been doctors.
Well, I will tell you, we are not out of doctors yet.
Good. No, you were talking about how a lot of these are from the original
1940s.
run of.
Yes.
Yeah. Lots of gorillas, lots of doctors.
Yes, and we have our
That was
first incidents of Asian people now with Dr. Poison.
Is that the last, or is there going to be more?
No, there will be more. Well, you know of one that's already coming up, bud.
Do I?
You do. We've talked
Did
about
Armless
him.
Tiger Man?
No, we've talked about him before, though. All right, we ready to move
No.
past Dr. Poison, or unless you want to keep looking at this face.
Oh, I don't. But what? So it's just a woman that has poison.
Yeah, she just is really good at making poison. She doesn't have powers.
Okay.
She's just really good at making poison.
She has an odd face. I hope that's okay for me to say.
I think that's fine.
All right. Is the face a result of the poison, or is it?
No, I
You
think
have
it's just
that
to
face-
illustrate that she's out of her fucking gourd.
Is it one of those things where, like, because you have a face like that, you have no choice but to go into deadly poison? You can't.
The name
I could-
Dr. Psycho was already taken, so she's
Yeah,
like, oh,
exactly. Son
I'll
of
be
a
Dr.
bitch.
Poison.
She was like, "Fuck." Wait,
Nice
was
try,
Dr. Psycho
woman.
taken? This is February 1942. When was Dr. Psycho? 1945.
Yep.
So she came first.
Yeah, but she wasn't smart enough to grab the Dr. Psycho.
That's a shame. Well, she was insane. Look at her. You know?
Yeah, look at the state of her. All right,
All right.
moving forward. Cersei. We're back to the
Okay.
Greek pantheon. So we have Wonder Woman number 37, September 1949. We are still in the 40s right now. But Cersei is a witch/deity from the Greek mythology. In her original origin, she had been banned from, she'd been banned from Earth to an island in space by Wonder Woman's mother, Hippolyta, before she came back to Earth for revenge. She tends to manipulate other Wonder Woman villains into aiding her, partly because she can't use her powers against other immortals, which Wonder Woman technically is, because she's part god. Her other big thing is that she can alter people's physiology. With her favorite is she loves turning men into animals, specifically pigs. But yeah, no, standard witch powers aside from that. Reality altering, teleporting, clairvoyant, etc.
Okay. Why pigs and not gorillas?
I think it's a comment on chauvinism.
Okay. Which I think gorillas would also work.
Chauvinist gorillas?
Yeah.
Sure.
They're always like big, strong, showing off. showing off their muscles, like trying to big time everybody.
There you go. She also, if
Just
I'm not
eating it.
mistaken, was sort of the red herring of the Creature Commandos cartoon.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
I thought you were gonna explain that a bit more, but I guess
Not
we're gonna
really.
move.
I mean, that without going into the plot of Creature Commandos, which I can't be bothered to.
All right, save that for
just,
later.
just that at the beginning of the show, it made it seem like she was the main threat, and she wasn't.
Okay,
All right.
we'll work with it.
Moving forward, we have our first time of a character outside of the 1940s, all the way in 2011. John, you'd probably be a little more familiar with her because she is from the Wonder Woman #1 from the New 52. It's Hera, who is the Greek goddess of women and marriage. Hates Wonder Woman as she is a product of Zeus's infidelities, was the major antagonist of the New 52 Wonder Woman, and in her retcon, it was stated she was the mother of the Amazons, but they have since undone that. So, kind of like Ares, a lot of god powers, a lot of conniving and scheming.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. I vaguely remember her from the comics I read.
Major villain, apparently. Can't remember.
How could you not remember her? She's got a cool cape.
I mean, yeah, she's pretty stylish. I'll give her that.
I do like how that she did her hair. You know, she's about to kill people, but she's still like, I gotta make sure that this.
She looks
She's a
like
heck of
she's
a-
about to go into the chorus of Rock Lobster, to be completely honest with you.
I wouldn't mind that. Wait. Go to the last one, the one before this.
I'm not doing that because if I can only go forward, I can't go back. I'm just teasing. I can.
Yeah. She also looks like she's in the B-52.
Oh my god! Oh boy, now we just need a guy to look like was it Fred Schneider?
Here comes Dr. Psycho.
Here he is.
Sorry, that's very rude because I actually really like the B-52.
I am a big fan of the B-52s as well.
Yeah.
We're just showing our love.
In a normal way.
In a normal way. All right, moving past Hera, we have Hercules. First debuted
It's a hell of a picture.
It certainly is.
Right.
So this is first debuted in All-Star Comics #8 in January 1942. So is the Greek hero Hercules, traditionally shown as a hero. In DC Comics, Hercules is a villain. He had captured and enslaved the Amazons. This woman right here is Hippolyta, Wonder Woman's mother, who he kept in chains. He was used to deconstruct the traditional masculine hero, and often used, when he's been used more recently, as a foil to like Superman to kind of show the difference between the traditional takes on masculinity versus more of a modern sensibility of it. But yes,
Okay.
Hercules was brash and arrogant and an asshole. He enslaved all of the Amazons, and Hippolyta eventually outsmarted him, and that's what led to them aligning themselves with Aphrodite, and Aphrodite hiding Themyscira away from the world of man.
It's a hell of a picture.
It certainly is. This is from, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be from the post-crisis Wonder Woman series by Perez, if I'm not mistaken. The art looks like it.
Chain? It looks like he's about to like.
I mean, if this is wrestling, it looks like he's wrapped the chain around his face. He's ready to hit her with it, and she's begging him off like Ric Flair. He's going to get a thumb to the eye in no time.
Well, I was gonna say she's like this, and then she's just about to like nut shot him with the chain, and then he's gonna look stupid.
Yeah.
He's gonna drop the chain, and she's gonna like yank it up and knock him on the floor, you know, and then she's gonna hit all 4 turnbuckles and win the match.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's your traditional hip spot. And that's the most
We gotta
wrestling.
get it in there somewhere.
I mean, we have to justify the name somewhat.
Sometimes, yeah.
All right. Any other comments on Hercules, especially how he's very different from the Marvel Comics version?
I think it's a cool idea, honestly. I think the idea of like making him into a bad guy and making him into like that foil for Superman, I think is a good idea. So I don't hate that.
He also looks very similar to the Marvel version as well.
Mm-hmm.
That could have been intentional, if I'm not mistaken, especially at the time. But I don't want to say for sure.
I have another question.
Yes.
It kind of looks like he has 3 legs. What's going on here?
So he's wearing a lion's skin across his back. That's part of the original Trials of Hercules. He had to kill Leo the lion. So
okay, I get you.
Yeah, that's what that thing that you're seeing is the lion's tail.
Okay, because for a moment there, I'm like, he's got 3 legs, and one of his legs is not part of him.
Yep.
It's very strange. But I understand now.
Nah, you're good. All right, moving forward. Silver Swan.
Hello.
I had to give a lot of space for this one. So she first debuted in Wonder Woman number 32, February 1982. She snuck in right before the Crisis. So there have been three versions of Silver Swan. Pre-Crisis was Helen Alexandros, a ballerina who was passed up on opportunities due to being plain looking. Struck a deal with Ares to become beautiful in return to destroy Wonder Woman. Post-crisis was Valerie Beaudry, a woman who was deformed in the womb by radiation exposure while her mother was pregnant with her. She volunteered for experimentation that led her to becoming the second Silver Swan, where she received beauty and powers. And then the third was a depressed woman named Vanessa Capitelis, who was manipulated by Circe into being magically altered. In Rebirth, they took back Capitelis, but they decided she was a young woman who was paralyzed during a villain attack and signed up for an experimental nanite treatment that turned her into Silver Swan. So Silver Swan obviously has flight powers. She also has like a supersonic scream.
Which one is this?
If I'm not mistaken, I think this is the Capitelis version.
Okay. Interesting costume.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next up,
That's it.
Dr. Cyber.
Hey, the
We're back to-
doctor.
So this Dr. Cyber first debuted in Wonder Woman 178 in November of 1968. In pre-crisis, she was the leader of a criminal organization that rose to prominence after Wonder Woman gave up her powers and the Amazons vanished. I will explain that in a couple of slides because there's a more fitting reason to explain it. She had a robotic suit that gave her strength and other abilities. In post-crisis, she was just a living computer. And in Rebirth, she was a scientist who died while trying to protect a friend in a cybernetic suit, and then she was resurrected as living artificial intelligence. So
This isn't the same villain who was in one of the Superman movies, is it?
might have been a wait. Which are we talking about? One of the animated Superman movies?
No, one of the live action ones where like Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor had like a couple of sidekicks, and one of them was a woman, and then the woman ended up getting stuck in a machine, which basically turned her into like this evil kind of like living machine.
I don't think that was intended to be her.
Okay.
It was just a coincidence.
Just a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, we got another
She's just a
doctor.
computer. She's just like a robot.
Yeah, the modern version is basically living AI.
Okay.
Yep. So moving forward, Alcyon. Alcyon first debuted in Wonder Woman number 14, January 2008. She is a former captain of Hippolyta's Guard. She hated Diana as a child and believed she was the cause of the Amazons' problems, and tried and failed to murder Diana as a child multiple times and was imprisoned. She inevitably married Achilles, and for a short time ruled Themyscira before she was killed by Wonder Woman and Hippolyta.
Is there antlers?
Yes, as part of her helmet.
Okay.
So she was.
What is she?
She is another Amazon. She was
Mhm.
very well trained and skilled. She was captain of Queen Hippolyta's, basically her honor guard, and was tasked with protecting the royal family. However, Wonder Woman's original. Okay, we'll stop right here. Do you know what Wonder Woman's original origin was?
She was a doctor.
Failed out of medical school.
Wasn't she made out of clay or something by Zeus?
So essentially, what happened was Hippolyta, because the Amazons were ever living. There are no young Amazons. They're all the same age as they always have been. Hippolyta wanted a daughter, so she carved a statue out of clay and prayed to Aphrodite to basically give her a daughter. And Aphrodite basically granted her life. And so Wonder Woman from the statue, became a living, breathing little girl who grew up. Modern day origins have Wonder Woman as the daughter of Zeus and Hippolyta.
There we go.
So, basically, right when Wonder Woman was born is when the Amazons started having, they started having more issues, and Alcyon thought that it was a sign that Diana was evil and needed to be killed. It basically blamed her for all of the woes that were happening in Themyscira.
Mm-hmm.
So does she not have any like extra powers aside from the usual kind of Amazonian super strength and whatnot.
Pretty much that. She has that, and she also has access to our next character, Codus.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Codus debuted originally in Wonder Woman number 10 in November 1987. He is a 100-handed primordial son of Gaia. He lived under Themyscira for thousands of years before he was awoken by Alcyon, and he claims to be Wonder Woman's father in the post-crisis continuity, as the clay that was used to mold the statue came from his body. So that is Wonder
guy's
Woman
cool.
fighting Codus.
I like that guy.
Pretty horrific.
That's a cool fucking guy right there. I like that.
Man, I can't wait for you to see some of the other cool guys.
I wouldn't like to go out on a night out with him. I think he'd be quite handsy.
Yeah. Think about how many pints he could buy you.
Well, he could carry loads back from the bar. That would be a good thing.
Yeah. But I would assume he's going to pay for some of them. Or he could just steal a bunch of them.
There you go.
There you go.
You know?
I mean, he could easily cause a distraction. I mean, look at him.
100%. I don't know if he'd be able to fit into the bar, but like, we'll make it work. We'll make it work.
All right. Moving forward.
Is his power just he has loads of hands?
No, I mean, he's a primordial being, so he has like size, strength, considered immortal for all intents and purposes.
And he's got loads of hands.
Lots of hands.
Good. Okay.
All right.
Making clear.
Up next, we have Gundra. Gundra first debuted in Comics Cavalcade number 17 in October of 1946. She's the Queen of the Valkyries and was originally called upon by Adolf Hitler to assassinate Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Awkward.
She fought Wonder Woman over Steve Trevor, who was being held in Valhalla, and she's basically kind of a carbon copy of Wonder Woman, except for like the Norse mythology, to kind of give you a difference between good and evil. Like, here's an evil version of Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Doesn't get used a lot. And that's a sign that things are about to start getting weird.
Uh-oh. This is a turning point.
This is the turning point.
Okay.
Up next, Egg Foo.
Oh,
This is who we were talking about earlier.
I forgot about him.
So Egg Foo first debuted in Wonder Woman 157 in October of 1965. The original Egg Foo was a Chinese communist agent who happened to be a giant yellow egg that was the size of a house, who used his Fu Manchu mustache like a whip. The second Egg Foo was Egg Foo the Fifth, who was a relative of the original Egg Foo, who had captured Wonder Woman, but was defeated after Wonder Woman said that she'd do a little dance for him, and it got him a little too hot and bothered, and she was able to beat him at that point.
That really quickly before you go any further.
Yes.
There was original Egg Foo was an egg.
Yes.
An Egg Foo the Fifth.
Also an egg.
So the second, third, and fourth were also eggs.
It had to have been.
But they just didn't do anything.
No, they had like normal jobs.
Okay.
One is an accountant. Another guy who owns like a laundromat.
He's a bus driver.
He's a bus driver. It's a very big bus.
Okay. But they were still called
Egg Foo.
Egg Foo.
Yes.
Okay. Just making it clear that that exists.
All right. The third Egg Foo was named Dr. Yes, who is a robotic twin of the original Egg Foo. Can you guess what he was a parody of?
Eggs?
I was going to say Dr. No from
Exactly.
James Bond.
Exactly. In post-crisis continuity, Egg Foo became a supercomputer that was created from Apocalypse technology. And in the new 50, not in the new 52, in the event called 52, which was a weekly comic book series that was put out by an all-star team, including Grant Morrison and Mark Waid and such, that was this big year-long overreaching storyline. Egg Foo became an apocalypse scientist named Cheng Zhu, who captured metahumans and committed really horrific experiments on them.
But he was an egg?
He was he was a giant alien demigod egg with spider legs.
Right.
And then finally, in the new 52, Edgar Eggy Fullerton Young is a deformed egg-shaped person who tried to manipulate Poison Ivy into creating a potion that would make more people like him, but he ended up making friends with Harley Quinn and worked in a freak show.
Okay.
That's kind of nice.
Try to redeem him a little bit there.
Yeah, let's redeem this horrible monster by making him a freak.
This horrible original example of Yellowface that we keep trying to move past, but we can't keep making him a giant yellow egg.
What exactly is going on in this picture?
So he has captured two characters. One is Captain Boomerang Jr., well, the second Captain Boomerang, who was a kind of a hero, and then another character who I believe her name was like Bellatrix or something like that. And basically, he just fucked him up.
Yes, I would imagine a lot of upfucking is going on in this picture.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
pretty grisly.
yeah, he's just holding an arm.
Yeah, he's just holding just a
Mhm.
that looks like a ponytail, maybe that he's also grabbed, or a scrap of fabric. I don't know.
Mm.
Half a mask.
Which egg foo is this?
This would be the egg foo that is a scientist from Apocalypse named Cheng Zhu.
Okay, cool. Just making sure we get the right egg foo.
Yep, I didn't put the original egg foo because I would have felt really racist if I did.
I feel like
Which I think we already showed an image of on the show, but still, I don't
I
like
feel if you
it.
put the original one on, we might have got the thumbnail. And I don't think Corey wants that as the thumbnail.
I don't think I do.
No.
All
No.
right, moving forward.
Okay.
The Blue Snowman. First debuted in Sensation Comics number 59 in November of 1946. Despite the gendered name, Berna Brilliant inherited her father's technology after he died experimenting on blue snow, a substance that could instantly freeze whatever it touched. She attempted to ransom farmers of their life savings by freezing their crops, but was defeated. And in post-crisis continuity, she was a member of an ice-themed villains gang, but was kicked out for not being cool enough.
Is that fun?
The name of the villains gang, by the way, was Ice Pack.
When they say she's not cool enough, like she's literally made out of fucking snow.
No, that's all metal.
What?
That
She
is a
invented
metal.
blue snow?
That is a metal suit of armor that can shoot out blue snow.
Right, but the blue snow's coming out of her,
Yes.
so she would be pretty cool.
No, they didn't think she was cool enough. Maybe they just thought like the little hat and the pipe was like kind of corny.
I mean, I'm not gonna.
She's got coal buttons. She didn't have to
Well,
be the blue
that's-
snowman, but she chose to be.
If that was your costume, what else are you gonna call yourself?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you could have also just not chosen that particular costume.
You know what else I love about that costume is
What?
that they were like, "Well, I gotta show I'm in business. I'm gonna design angry eyes into the
And
costume.
frowny face on it.
Yeah.
That's part of the design that I'm not happy."
Blue Snowman was the reason that I wanted to do this list with you guys, to be frank, because I was like, this is just dumb enough.
Ah. You picked a good one. I gotta say, this is something else.
All right, moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Next we have Mouse Man. First debuted in Wonder Woman number 141 of October of 1963. He has the ability to shrink small and control mice. He once stole Wonder Woman's magic lasso and uses his mice to scare women into dropping their jewelry. One time, he shrunk Wonder Woman to his size, thinking he would have an advantage, but was then beaten by a block of cheese, and was also defeated one time by a regular-sized Wonder Woman who sneezed.
I have a question.
Yes.
Just one singular question. Although I might think of some others later. Was beaten by a block of cheese.
Yes. As in, she wielded a block of cheese and beat him with it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
She beat him up with the cheese.
Yes, she used
I
the cheese
thought
as
you
a
meant-
weapon.
The cheese outsmarted him or something.
I thought that the cheese like grew arms and just started punching him.
Oh, we can
Okay.
only be so fortunate.
Well,
I mean, I don't want to cast aspersions to like any furries who might listen to this show, but this guy definitely looks like a pervert.
He certainly does, doesn't he?
yeah, that's not a cool costume. Not good.
Yep.
Straddling a mouse as well. Like,
Yep.
come on, dude.
Talking about going to the nearest mouse hole, like there's no
Squee,
need for
squee.
that.
Squee.
No need.
Ugh.
Don't need this in our lives.
All right,
No,
next
thank
up. Inversion, the Inside
The
Out
fuck?
Man.
What?
First debuted in Wonder Woman number 247 of September 1978. His body turned inside out after a failure with a matter transporter experiment, and his mission was to turn the world inside out, like him.
What
Yeah,
is that supposed to mean?
I don't know, but he was only in one comic ever.
That's a shame. I would bring that guy back. He seems like
Yeah.
He's
don't
got a good
worry
look
about
to
Mice.
him.
Mice Man can stay away. We don't need him.
Mouse Man got featured in more comics than Inversion.
That's what I'm saying. People are idiots. Look at this guy and look at Mice Man and go, who do you think would be better in a comic?
Yeah, right.
You know?
Right. All right. Well, next up after Inversion, we have Fireworks Man.
Did they just like forget how to come up with ideas?
Like I told you, they used all the good ideas in the 1940s. So
They
first,
also used up all the good designs. They're just like, I can't be bothered drawing anything. Just make it this.
all right, he first debuted in Wonder Woman 141 in October 1963 as a chemist who transformed his body into a living series of explosions. While trying to kill Wonder Woman, he collided with a stray meteor and his entire body exploded, though.
A stray meteor.
Yep, just a stray meteor. Popped him.
Okay. Well, again, this guy, you can't do anything with this guy. Like, what's going on with people? I could write a story with that guy.
All
You know?
right. Next up, we've got the Gentleman Killer. Debuting in Wonder Woman number 14 in September of 1945, he was described as a vicious spy, killer, and expert marksman. Fought Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor in a pocket dimension called Happy Shamrock Land. And he was armed with a handgun, a, quote, surprising amount of grenades, and magic darts he received after manipulating leprechauns.
This one's clearly the worst one.
Oh,
I
no,
will-
we
I
still
will
have
tell
many
you-
to go, Dylan. We're not at the end
I will
yet.
tell you why so far this is the worst one. Right?
Yes.
Because you've got Happy Shamrock Land and Magic Leprechauns and all that shit. Which is supposed to be
do you
some sort of-
feel
which is
ostracized?
supposed to be some sort of Irish stereotype, and yet he looks like an English gentleman, and those are two things that
He's
do
an-
not go together.
he's an English
especially
gentleman.
in 1945.
He's an English gentleman who manipulated the leprechauns into giving him magic darts.
Which again, obviously for a lot of reasons, would not sit well with me because I'm familiar with the concept of horrible British people coming over and manipulating other people.
Yeah,
into...
John.
Not John. John hasn't come over. John's never been over here. John had nothing to do with the Troubles, no matter what you may want to tag him as. All right,
It wasn't me.
No, but maybe he didn't stop it. Sure, I don't know that, but I
John
don't
just
think
slap
he
his kid again for emphasis.
I don't know how it can. That's a shame. I don't like this guy. I don't like
What
him.
makes his darts magic?
I don't
Do
really
they do
know.
tricks or?
No, I mean,
Yeah.
he was only really in this one issue of Wonder Woman as well. So they didn't really, oddly enough, when they were like, all right, we've got Dr. Psycho, we've got Ares, we've got Cheetah, we've got Dr. Poison. Like these are characters we can keep using again and again. Gentleman Killer. Yeah, it's probably a one and done.
You can see why.
Yeah. I mean, the design
what
is
the
really uninspired.
Mm-hmm.
It's really bad. I don't like how his tie is the same color as his shirt.
Yeah.
Not good.
All right. Next up after Gentleman Killer, we have Paperman. First debuted in Wonder Woman number 165, October 1966. He transformed into sentient paper by accident after falling into a vat of, quote, special paper the military was experimenting with. He has the ability to manipulate his form into an airplane, a wadded-up ball, or a blowpipe. And he stole items hoping to win the love of Diana Prince, a.k.a. Wonder Woman. So that's him stealing a fur coat to give to her.
Question. The writing on him,
Yes.
is that from a specific book, or does he have the power to just be like, today I'm going to show how much of a literary genius I am by manifesting my own different, like, this is the Bible today, or this is,
I think it was
Odyssey.
somebody. I think it was the artist wanting to show off like their copy and paste technique. To be frank, because I think every
Right.
panel I saw, the writing was different.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, does he do that, or is it a byproduct of?
I know I saw
his-
one panel where he had apparently disguised himself in the background because like this guy had walked into a room where the walls looked like newspaper print, and he popped out and got him.
That is a really, really terrible idea because I would argue that very few rooms that you walk into have
wall-to-wall
wallpaper that
newspaper.
looks like newspapers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Also,
also, this guy
well,
can't really go out when it's raining.
No.
right. There's so many problems with this guy. Like, if you're made out of paper, is your first idea like, I gotta steal stuff to give to Wonder Woman?
Well, it's not to give to Wonder Woman, it's to give to Diana Prince. At the time, Wonder Woman had a secret identity where she was Diana Prince and she worked for the United States military as kind of like a
That
secretary.
I don't think that has changed my question, Corey.
Okay.
You were made out of paper, would you be like, I gotta steal all this shit just to give to a woman?
Well,
I will.
so he accidentally
Fix it.
fell into basically what happened is he accidentally fell. You know how like the Joker fell into the vat of chemicals that turned him into the Joker because of like the interaction with Batman? It was kind of the same thing, except like Diana Prince gave him a compliment and he was so overwhelmed that this attractive woman gave him a compliment, he fell backwards into a vat of special chemical paper.
To be fair, I understand that completely. I do.
We should all be so fortunate as to be complimented by a beautiful woman that turns us into a paper monster, man.
It's a dream, isn't it?
It certainly is. All right.
One of these
One of these days it'll happen to me. All right, moving forward. The Crimson Centipede.
What?
First debuted in Wonder Woman 169, April of 1967. He was created by Ares to undermine Wonder Woman's attempts to save the world of man. He ran a criminal empire despite his obvious appearance, and was an expert marksman, why he had so many guns.
I like the idea where it says ran a criminal empire despite his obvious appearance, as if like the guy that's a human centipede, the police are always knocking on his door, like he's got to be up to something. No way that
This
fucking
is
guy's not up to
profiling,
something.
and this is wrong.
Yeah. He's like, he has to be up to something. Like, look at him. He's a fucking freak, right? And then he's like, hey, I'm just trying to run a legitimate business here.
I'm just trying to run this gas station. My kids need braces.
I love the guy in the background where his hat fell off.
Yeah.
I mean, to be frank, I'd lost my hat too if I saw this monstrosity running out of a bag with a bunch
I would
of guns.
be like, what the fuck is that guy who runs the laundromat doing, stealing all that money?
The fools.
I thought he was a nice guy, Also, right, the top half of that body I can understand.
It doesn't seem to connect anywhere, right?
No.
I feel like they, at some point, they were like, I don't know how to do the connection between hands and legs, so we'll just fuck it up.
Just keep drawing
I
legs.
don't think whoever drew this has ever seen a centipede before.
Have they ever seen anything before?
I mean, those bags of money look pretty convincing.
I don't even think they do. The guns do.
Even they look like peanuts or something.
They look really odd. Like they're an odd shape.
All right. Moving past the Crimson Centipede, we have them.
What?
Yep, them. It's them. The first debuted in Wonder Woman number 185 in December of 1969. They are a trio of cross-dressing hippies with their leader Top Hat and Muscle Moose Mama. Top Hat forces women to wear a dog collar and leash, and Moose Mama is shown taking pills and passing out in a stupor. They are problematic, to say the least.
Oof.
I mean, you say problematic, but I don't see any other comic highlighting cross-dressers and in such a prominent manner. So
this is the thing I have to explain Wonder Woman in the 60s for you, at least in this time period. We have talked in the past about Denny O'Neil, who is one of my favorite comic book writers of all time. Denny was the Batman editor at the time of the 80s and 90s during the transition where Batman got more grim and, introduced all these great characters. He was the guy who was the architect for Nightfall and such. His run on The Question is one of my favorite of all time. So Denny O'Neil was a beatnik. He was a black turtleneck, peace button wearing hippie poet. And his first big comic book assignment, they said, Denny, you got Wonder Woman. What are you going to do for Wonder Woman? He's like, I got this great idea. Let's make her a modern day girl. Let's embrace feminism and make Wonder Woman an icon. And he did it by taking away all of her powers, getting rid of all the things that made her special, and just turned her into a mod super spy. So Wonder Woman had no powers. She didn't have a lasso. She didn't have her outfit. The Amazons all disappeared. And for a period of time, she had no powers and was basically a woman that worked at a shop. And you can see how that backfired really badly for Denny.
Mm-hmm.
So another thing that Denny tried is Denny was really into the counterculture. And because the Comics Code Authority was still in charge at the time, counterculture had to be villainized. So his attempt at showing cross-dressing and lesbians, they had to be the villains. So, in an attempt to, like, introduce this, like, subculture to the world, he did a lot of harm by suggesting they're all pill-popping addicts and weird bondage freaks. Enjoy.
Okay, well, I will also argue, yes, that does seem problematic. But in the decades before that, they did a really, really bad job of highlighting doctors.
Yes.
So, I also have one more question.
Yes.
So, there are 3 women in this group.
Yes.
One of them is Top Hat.
Yes.
I assume it's the woman who wears the top hat.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is Moose Mama. I'm going to
Gotta assume which one that one is.
what that
I
is.
don't know who the third is. I couldn't find any information.
That was my question. By
Oddly
the way,
enough,
is
they were in
clearly
one
the most
issue and that was it.
one. The third one's the most stylish one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you saying the top hat looking like a pimp Willy Wonka isn't that cool?
No, that's exactly not as cool as that other. The black
a
hat's
cowboy?
way cool. Yeah, it's a little bit like a pirate hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't expect us to get into a fashion talk. No live for Moose Mama.
Look at them. How can we not talk about their fashion?
By the way, the young woman whose neck is breaking at an unusual angle, that is how Wonder Woman was portrayed in Denny O'Neil's run.
Okay,
She's a beautiful young mod girl of the 60s.
fair enough.
Yep. All right, we'll move past them and to Glop. So Glop first debuted in Wonder Woman number 151, which is January 1965. This was before Denny O'Neil took over. And he was a foul-smelling, amorphous alien creature that could turn into anything he consumed. And that's about it.
What the hell did he consume there to turn into that?
See, I thought maybe he was what was inside of Egg Foo when I originally saw this picture.
That's grim.
Incredibly.
So what else does he turn into?
I mean, I think he turns into a car at one point because he absorbs a car.
Okay, Corey.
It's kind of like Kirby in a sense, but instead of it's kind of like Kirby in a sense.
Okay, I think we might find the thumbnail.
Oh, we found Glop. Fair enough. I was wondering who your eyes were gonna cast on. I was wondering maybe you would draw us as them.
I think this guy's gonna be the most fun to draw.
That's fair.
Maybe the least racist. So
That's also fair.
let's go with that.
All right.
I like this. What else is this? What else happened to Glop?
He was in one issue and that was it.
Firework Man and Glop, they're not doing anything with the cool guys. This is
No.
bullshit. Fucking hell, man.
All right, moving next, we got the Purple Priestess. First
Okay.
debuted in Wonder Woman number 25 in September 1947. She's a former Nazi who posed as a priestess that brainwashed her followers with a purple gas. There are a lot of Nazis villains in the 1940s.
Dude, that's it. It's the style of the time, man. So
Yeah.
many Nazis. Too little time.
Yep. Not really much else to say about her.
Okay.
We start to get really skin and bones here towards the end.
Yeah, I can see we glossed over Glop,
Yeah. I didn't really want
Best
much more
one.
to say.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Sharkita. She first debuted in Comics Cavalcade number 21 in June of 1947. She is a shark that was transformed into a mermaid to fight Wonder Woman.
All
Magic.
right. That's all the questions I had.
She also has butterfly
Who
wings in this as
did
well.
the magic though?
I believe it was Cersei.
Okay.
You'll find that that Cersei or Dr. Psycho was involved in some of these villains' backstories.
Okay. I like how it's a shark that was transformed into a mermaid, and you were like, you thought a mermaid was a good way to fight somebody? You didn't think a shark had a bunch of really good ways to kill people?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta be a mermaid.
severely reduced the amount of mouth
Teeth.
diameter and teeth.
The deadliness that a
Yeah.
shark would have. Yeah, don't need it. But titties, we gotta get them in there.
They're in.
That's what we need.
And our final member, Dr. Domino. First
Uh-oh.
debuted in Wonder Woman number 205, April of 1973. He's the head of a terrorist organization. He has a domino for a head. I'm not sure if it's a mask or not. And this is the only comic he appeared in. We will never find out why.
Well, it's frustrating because that was going to be my number one question.
We don't know.
In the 70s, did they just have like no ideas at all?
Listen, a crisis happened for a reason. It was a reset that was needed. Because at that point, they'd had 3 cheetahs.
Yeah, you can just kill off a lot of these people. You don't have to like reset the whole comic. You know,
They
like,
did. That's why they had to keep coming up with new ones.
I like his gloves though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This kind of looks like he should be more of a villain for the Tick than Wonder Woman.
I mean, he's sitting in a wicker chair, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not a serious character.
No. But he's the last of our Wonder Woman villains. So
we ended with Dr. Domino?
We end with Dr. Domino.
Wow.
Yeah. Guys, that was a brief foray into the world of Wonder Woman villains. Now, I left out some bigger ones there, like you said. There are a lot of Greek villains, the characters from Greek mythology, whether they're gods. She's messed around with other gods as well. But I wanted to give you kind of an example of like, here are the classics, here are some lesser known ones, and then here's some fucking offbeat ones that she had. Kind of like what we did with Aquaman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, John, what would you say is your main takeaway from this rundown of Wonder Woman villains?
Definitely seems to be a whole lot of doctors who have an issue with Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure why this is.
She's anti-vaccine.
Oh, okay, that explains it.
Wonder Woman's all about that tallow. She's like, you don't need to cook in seed oil.
Drink some bleach.
Just drink some bleach. Drink raw milk. It's good for you.
Mm.
Louis
It is good.
She's been the villain all the time then. She's the real villain.
John, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Out of all of the Wonder Woman villains that we saw, now that we've got to the end of it, which one of them do you think is a pedophile? Now, we'll gloss over Dr. Psycho because we covered that. Now that we've seen the rest of them,
he seems
we're like,
the obvious choice, in my opinion.
It's definitely Dr. Domino, right?
I don't know. I'm
He's hiding
still
something.
leaning towards, what was his? Was it Mouse Man?
Mouse Man.
No, but yeah, Mice Man, 100%. Definitely Mice Man. He's up to something.
Yeah,
He's up
you
to
can just
something.
tell.
He was a little too gleefully riding on those mice, you know what I mean?
Just
very
don't check his
excited.
hard drive.
Or do and send him to prison. Jesus Christ.
For God's sake. 20
Yeah.
years from now, some filmmaker will make a thing where a character is going to dress up like Mouse Man, and people in America are going to be like, oh, what a cool, unique look. Let me dress up like him and go see the movie. Not know who the fuck he is.
Or they knew exactly who he was, and he's their new hero, because by that point, America will have devolved into like some sort of talent.
There is a bit of a de-evolution going on over here as well. That is very true. That is very true.
Good luck with that.
All right. Well,
Mice Man's going to be like the 50th president of the United States.
John, or Dylan, I was going to ask, what were any takeaways you had that we didn't already cover?
Glop's my favorite.
Glop's your favorite.
I forgot all about Egg Foo, and I'm a little annoyed that you reminded me of him. I'm just happy not going down that road. Dr. Domino
But
was
you
a
had to
lovely
know
end.
there was 5 of them, you know? 5 or 6 of them.
I love how there were 5 of them, but not the 5 that were actually called Egg Foo. Which is perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, the
first one,
second
the
Egg
fifth
Foo
one,
was the
and
5th one.
3 other dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
One of them's one's a computer, one's like a scientist from another planet. The other's just a guy.
Yeah, fucking his nickname happened to have something to do with eggs. I'm like, well, that's good enough for me.
Yep, that's fine. Don't worry about
You're
it.
Egg Foo now. Like, I wouldn't like that.
No.
Your nickname's Eggs. Like, well, now you're a giant egg. You're like, oh shit. I didn't pick my nickname. That's not fair.
No.
You know? I really like Firework Man as well. I feel like there was a bunch there that I'm like, oh, if I was writing this shit, I would have a great time with Firework Man and Glop. I would team them together.
You know, we did an episode a couple of months ago where we took like kind of lame villain characters and we had to kind of make them cool.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's something we need to do. Is we need to look at these
Right.
We'll look at these Wonder Woman and Aquaman villains and randomly assign them out like we did previously. And like, you got to make Fireworks Man cool.
I
Mm.
would argue that a lot of those Aquaman villains are, pun intended, dead in the water.
Not like the
Not that we-
purple. Was it that the purple creatures are Bugala, not Bugala?
It just, I think there's nothing we can do for them.
That's fair.
You know, I don't. I think they're beyond rehabilitation.
That's
But
fair.
I'm sure I can do something with Firework Man. I
That's
can
fair.
fix him. I can change him.
Or like, was it like Mr. Electric or Electric Man that Aquaman had that he could only go out during thunderstorms?
Yeah, like
He
that.
could only he could manipulate electricity, but he couldn't generate it.
Yeah, that's problematic. That one's gonna be tough. Yeah.
All right, John, as you wrap things up, what are we sitting out on your movie count for the year?
So at the moment, my movie count for 2026 is 105 movies.
Already in triple digits, and it is still, well, the time of recording January, by the time of the release February, which is still kind of fucking early when you think about it. Considering
Yep.
I think like the number of movies I watched last year was like 15.
Oh.
Not many. I don't watch movies. John, what was the last movie that you watched though?
The last one I watched was The World's End.
Oh.
Grimes.
Oh.
Peg.
The Cornetto trilogy?
Yes, the final chapter in it.
Mhm.
Probably the weakest of the bunch, I think.
agree.
Like,
Really?
yeah, I think Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz are both like classics.
I
They're
don't-
both
yeah.
sort of wall to wall funny, whereas this one is a bit
Grim.
more kind of, I don't know, depressing in a way.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say it's not an indictment on that movie. It's just sort of like how good the other two are. That's like it's a perfectly
Yeah.
fine movie. It's just the other two are so like well done and well received because I think Shaun of the Dead kind of captures the same kind of tone that at the World End kind of like was doing as well, but better. Because like Shaun of the
Yeah,
Dead
yeah.
was real fucking grim at times as well.
Yeah, but I think the like sort of laugh ratio was better, definitely in Shaun of the Dead than it is in The World's End. And I think Simon Pegg in The World's End is just his character is not a fun character when he's like, basically
The
leaving the
suicidal
movie.
character.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a tough sell compared to the other two. But, like you say, I said the exact same thing in my review. It's still good, just not as good as the others.
What'd you give it out of 5?
I gave it 3.5.
Respectable 3 out of 5 or 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
So John, where can they see that review as well as the other 104 movies you've watched?
They can find it on Letterboxd at Big John Bowski, all one word.
And Dylan, what have you been getting
Yes.
up to lately?
Well, me and Dr. Domino have been forming our own book club, which is tough because it's hard to talk about the books because he doesn't have a mouth. No. Or eyes, so we can't read the books.
He looks like he has 6 holes, but they're just filled in little like crevices.
Yeah, are they eyes? Are they his mouth? I don't know. I didn't ask. I don't think we're gonna have a second book club. I'll be honest with you. Not a fun vibe. Other than that, though, I do a radio show that we do every Monday nights, 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock UK time. BounceDigitalRadio.co.uk. You can find the link somewhere. A lot of fun music. So check that out if you like music. And I stream sometimes on Twitch. It's Spooky LaRue. And I draw pictures there and I animate those pictures and make them into animations on Team Crow's NI on YouTube. And on TikTok, but I think we might be getting off TikTok because once again, everything fucking sucks.
I heard weird stuff was happening with TikTok over the weekend.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good. So when we say over the weekend, we mean a month ago.
A month ago. Literally
watched it.
a month ago.
The weird thing has already happened.
Yeah, at the time of this release, people are like, what the fuck is TikTok? It's already been mind wiped from us.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I do.
All right. Well, I have my other show, Large Old Cup, which has come back in recent weeks, except a month ago. So there's more episodes likely. And yeah, that's what I got going on. That's a link to that in the description, as well as a writing project that may or may not also be coming back. I'm not too sure quite yet. In the meantime, though, we're going to get the fuck out of here and
Yeah.
go look at some more obscure Wonder Woman villains to redeem. Until then, we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
That was Glop.